is a very basic and important concepts of networking. Understanding CIDR will help us in our professional journey or learning advanced concepts of networking, and wherever networking is involved in your work, these concepts will make things easy and understanding better. So now in this video I will go through what I'll try to explain what is CIDR, how CIDR notation is calculated, and how do you use CIDR notations in the real world network setup or networking architecture. So let's first understand what is CIDR. The abbreviation of CIDR is Classless Interdomain Routing, and it is a method to allocate IP addresses and define network ranges in IP networking. So we all know in uh, every machine or every computer or every device in the internet or in the network are having one IP addresses, and entire connectivity is based on the IP address. So CIDR is one of the method that will help us to allocate IP addresses and define network ranges in your networking. For example, let's say you are setting up a new office and you have to define the networking ranges for your different subnets. So you have different departments, and for different departments you need to allocate different ranges. So to define what range, what all ranges that you are using and which IP range is used for which department, CIDR can be used. Now let's get bit more details into that. And CIDR represents IP address followed by slash and number indicating how many bits are used for network portion. Okay, if you see this IP address notation, this is exactly the CIDR notation where IP address is mentioned and in the end followed by slash and 24. So what does it mean? This 24 is these 24 bits are the are used for network portion, and remaining can be used for host. So let's get so little bit more deeper and understand what exactly and maybe how this what are these network portion and host portion, and what are these bits and bytes. Okay, again you have to go back to the basics. uh, if you are a computer science student, or you are IT student, or electronics and communication students, you might have already gone through and understood the concepts of IP addressing. But again, the basics we want to revisit. So is every IP address contains 4-digit number, as you can see here, 4-digit number. And but how exactly it is interpreted by the system? We all know in the system level or processor level, all our information is interpreted in bytes, and bytes are collection of bits which are nothing but 0 and 1, and every byte is combination of 0 and 1 with the different permutations. So similarly, if you are seeing the IP address here, this is nothing but one of the representation similar to like this combination of zeros and ones, 1 bits up to 8 bits. That means it's a byte. So byte, every number will be represented in this format. This is called format. These are basics. If we are computer science students, we all know this. So the every number is represented in this format. And now, since the every byte contains 8 digits in it, and again it's a 0 and 1, starting number would be 0, as you can see, and maximum number that you can represent in any of the byte is 256. Okay, that you can see is 0 to 256. That means if you are having all zeros in a byte, it's a 0. If you are having all ones in a byte, it is 256. For example, if we go further down or go further in detail, if you see the examples here, this number is 170 and this number is 1. If you see all zeros and in the end 1, this is 1, and this number is 127. Now how these are calculated? Let's look at this. And how these are calculated? As we know, these are combination of zeros and ones. So first number, whatever number that you have on the right hand side, it is calculated with 2 to the power of 0, which is nothing but 0 into anything is 0, that we all know, it will become 0. And in the first digit, if you are having 1, we are actually calculating on this number as a example. So 0 into to the power of 0 will be 0, and the next number is 2. So next number will be multiplied with 2 to the power of 1, not number, digit, yeah. And the next number is multiplied by 2 to the power of 2. Next is multiplied by 2 to the power of 3, so on, up to 2 to the power of 7. So based on what numbers you have, you just have to multiply this number, first number with 2 to the power of 0, second number with 2 to the power of 1, and the next number is 2 to the power of 3, so on. Then in the end, all these are added to form the number. So in this example, if you see 0 plus 2 plus 8 plus 132 plus 128 becomes 170. This is how the IP address is calculated. So these are again basics. We are going back to basics. So now if we come back here, so as I was saying, this representation or this notation says the 24 bits are dedicated or used by the network portion. That means how many bits in the first section? 8 bits, right? 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. So these 24 bits are used for network portion, and these 8 bits are used for host portion. So if you calculate this 8 bits for host portion, that means you can allocate 255 IP addresses. Sorry, 255 not IP addresses, 255 hosts. So let's say like first host is having uh, dot 1 in the end, second host will have dot 2 in the end, like that. 255 is the up to 255 you can allocate the numbers you can allocate. So that means in this example, the IP addresses for host would be like, so in this notation, IP addresses for host would be like 192.168.0.1, next 192.168.0.2, 0.3, so on up to 255. So IP addresses of your devices will be like this. Yeah, but maybe um, so most of the cases, first IP address is dedicated for gateway. You can't use it for host, but remaining you can use it up to 255. In the end, I will close with two more examples of the CIDR notation. If you see this, here I have 192.168.0.0/16. That means first 16 first 16 bits will are used by the host, and the next 16 bits are used for, sorry, first 16 bits are used by the network, and next 16 bits are used for host. And in the next example is it's /14. First 14 bits, 8 plus and 6 in the next byte, these are used for networking and remaining are used for host.